Every off-road vehicle has its Gripnet type. After installing big tires, having some serious gear reduction, I quickly found out that I'd chew through a bunch of front end parts pretty quickly. I just came back from an 800-mile trip in Ouray, Colorado, and well, on the way back we might have done some wheeling around Montrose. Doing some old-fashioned rock crawling, I blew up another front end. This led to both CV axles breaking, bending a lower link, and getting myself in a hard spot where we had to leave the truck overnight to make some fabricated parts at my friend Mike from Warfab's shop. Although we finally got the vehicle out of the trail, I had suspicions of what was going on with my front end. Let's dig into the truck. I got home, immediately washed the 4Runner, and began taking my differential out. I used my G-Zilla CV strap, removing both of my CV axles very quickly. This is an essential tool out on the trail for me. I zipped the 24mm ball joint nuts off and beat the lower control arm with a hammer to jar the studs free. Taking all this out is a breeze, removing the front differential being a pretty quick process, as I've done this quite a few times now if you can't tell. I installed my two CV hub studs that I had made so I can make some quick errands while making this video and drive around. If you don't have any hub studs in, then your wheel bearing will explode immediately. We're going to be taking out the actual selector shaft itself. We're going to give this wedge out of here. We're going to break the RTV seal. You can do this in your vehicle, but I prefer taking it out now because it's a little quicker and it's a little less frustrating. We're going to have a bunch of fluid coming out, which is not an issue. And there we go. This is your auto differential disconnect, and this is your shaft that does it. Obviously, you can see it is broke. This is going to be my third one, and it's super weird that this broke in this instance because it was just one loud pop. We thought it was my CV axle, and I still had 3-wheel drive after my front differential was still engaged. And so I had knew that at that point it was my ADD shaft. You can tell by jacking up your vehicle in the front, turning on your front locker with 4-wheel drive, and if your front right spins, it's your ADD shaft that had broke. This is the reason why I do not use RCVs. This is a pain in the butt to change than a 7-minute CV on the trail. That's why I use OEM Tundra axles. Anyways, you can see that we still have the actual C-clip in the differential. I'm going to show you guys how to bust that thing out and press this new one in. All right, to take out this ADD shaft, all we're going to use is a small flathead screwdriver. We're going to put it in between the cross pin of the A or B differential. We're going to just give it a tap. It was a pretty not clean snap. It was definitely a good explosion. But anyways, I'm going to get all the metal flakes out and we're going to install the new one.
and installing the ADD shaft is not a crazy project, and it's easily achievable and doable to do on your campsite. I always bring the spare part with me no matter where I go, because had this happened a little sooner into my trip, I could have potentially had no four-wheel drive the entire time, which would have been a huge issue. I source all of my spare ADD shafts at the junkyard. I tear apart the differential and take the ADD shaft and get out of there. If you guys liked the video or found this useful, please subscribe and pound that like button. There was a few people on my social media that had never heard or seen of this shaft, so I figured I'd make a YouTube video of what it is and how to remove and install it. Anyways guys, thank you so much. We'll see you on the next video.